Good morning. Well, it's actually afternoon. So I decided to come out during the middle of the afternoon because it's overcast. So the light isn't going to be too harsh during the day. I'm down in Wicklow, taking a nice stroll through the forest. Taking a nice stroll through the Wicklow forest, down by Blessing Lakes. I was here a couple of weeks ago and I found some nice little locations, but the light wasn't really the best. It was very harsh, so I decided to come back here again today. I'm going to do a few different example shots. I'm going to have my aperture is going to be my main focus, so I'm going to keep that as low as possible, and then that's going to separate the actual plant from the background. Gives that separation, gives it the main focus point. I'm also going to do some tree shots. I'm just looking over here. I don't know if you can actually see it on the camera. Like back here, there's like a fallen over tree, but it looks like a nice little patch of light coming through. It's the beautiful thing about the forest. Okay, I've been walking for 6 hours and I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. And I'm only joking. The trail is actually over there and it's 2 minutes to the car park. I just came like off the beaten track, so to speak. And there's kind of like an opening here from the forest. And I have to be careful it's not swampland that I'm about to walk into. But there's a few trees that are just kind of on their own. They kind of seem different. Don't know if you can see them here. There's like one there, there's one over here. So I'm going to go down and see if I can get a composition. Once I make sure it's not an actual swamp that I'm about to just jump into. So I hope you can see this sky. It's very cool looking at the moment. Like the shapes in the cloud is pretty cool, and it's not moving much at all. So I've set up a composition of this part of the forest here to include these skies here. You can kind of see how gnarly they are. Like they're pretty cool. So I wanted to try to get a bit of movement in them, but I'm looking at the clouds and they just don't seem to be moving at all. So I set up a 4-second timer. In order to get that exposure, I had to up the f-stop to 22, bring the ISO down to 50, and I had to put on an ND filter and switch that all the way around. I think it's a 5-stop ND filter. And I'm not sure if the composition will do it well. But no, the sky seems a bit blown out there, so I'm going to have to do... Oh, sorry, I had that at 6 seconds, so I'm going to try a 4-second. But even with the 6-second stop, it will give me the highlights of the trees. So like if they're too dark in the 4-second one, I'll just take them out of this one. But yeah, the sky looks pretty cool. Like, unfortunately, I don't really have much of a foreground interest to bring it in. But I just found this little location here. And if you listen, apart from the plane, there's nothing you can really hear. Just some birds chirping, and it's just beautiful. Like, beautiful little location. So I'm going to scout out around here, see if I can find a few shots. I'm going to try this a few more times. I might even do a pano. The sky is just so beautiful, like, and it just spreads across, like. And then just these little light patches coming through, and then very dark edges. Like, it's a lot of contrast between the bright and the darkness, and so I really like that. So I might do a pano actually, and just like do the whole area with the mountains. And I'm not sure if it'd be a great composition, but like just the sky itself is just fantastic. So I better get cracking on that now. Hopefully it worked out, and you'll be seeing the picture now. So this might actually be better in video than it is with photography. I don't have a wide enough lens to work, and there's not really enough space. What I wanted to do with this tree here is, if you can see, it's kind of split in the middle. It seems to be something to do with this tree. It just kind of seems to grow up and then just out. And this was split perfectly in the middle. And then if I just come over here a little bit, you can see that there was an actual tree growing up from right above it. So I couldn't get enough of the side and this side in, and then the tree also growing up as well. Like, so I just don't have the right lens for it. But I was able to get like really close, to the side of the tree here, and then I use my widest angle, which is 28mm. So I got kind of an angle from here, and I'm shooting handheld because, as you can see here, there's not really much space to set up a tripod, and it's just kind of finicky as well. Like, so I kind of boosted my ISO. My shutter speed was about 1/80th to 100, and f7.8 because I still wanted, you know, as much in focus as I can. They're still now a bit blurry and soft, but it kind of goes with what's going on here. It's this soft, ethereal, you know, woodlandy kind of, you know, this grass is very soft to touch. So yeah, this is a cool little spot actually. Like, I've never been here before, but I'll do a little 360. And you can see all these trees there just have the green moss growing on them. Some of them are like falling over like this as well. So it's a pretty cool area. So I'm going to spend a bit of time here. I think I got my composition that I'm happy with here. Right, so actually I'll leave this on. So I want to do 2.8 as my aperture because I want to do some separation. So I'm going to be focusing here on this tree, roughly around here, and then this whole background is going to start to blur out. And there's a whole thing about the distance as well. Like, so if I'm here with a wide angle at 2.8, you will see a good bit of the background. It's not too blurry, and the tree should be in focus. I'm going to take the 2-second timer off when it's buffered up. Now if I zoom into 75, now I've got an option here to do a crop as well. So if I zoom in at that now, you should notice the difference between those two pictures, where one is, no, probably not. Okay, so my current setting is I want f2.8 because I want to have some separation in the background. My ISO is 100. I always try to keep that as low as possible. And my shutter speed will be 1/250th of a second, 1/125th. So 125th of a second, that shot's going to be open and closed. So I'm zoomed in as much as I can. It's going to give some separation to the background. Now if I focus on something further away, there's going to be a bit more. Now the photo is chaotic in the background, so it's going to be hard to judge, but the closer something is to you compared to the further something is away, and the f-stop, you get more in focus as well. But yeah, no, I don't know, I'm just kind of, you know, there's always detailed shots as well, like close-up of the tree, the moss, and then if you have a live view camera, you can kind of see how much is in depth, and then you can adjust in camera. But if you have a mirrored body, you'll have to make adjustments on the fly or look through the live view. Hello, get down on your knees, try from behind and front, around, you know. It mightn't look like a cool shot now, but you take that home and you do Photoshop black and white, abstracty kind of shots, you know, these are pretty cool shots now. This one, you're going to notice the background is completely blown out. Like it's not blown out, it's blurred out, so it's going to be cool. Hold on, let me see. And when you're first starting out, don't worry too much about getting everything right. Your composition might be off, but at least you know your settings. Your white balance might be off, but you can always fix that in post. You know, always learn these things as you go. Break from the norm. Don't go out and just take a photo. Go out and experiment, you know. Look around, like look on the ground, look up. Just check your surroundings. There's so much you could take photos of.